Allow me to talk about the Generation Z demonstration, especially on the harmed inspector of police who has lost both forearms in an incident of the tear gas. I want to combine the two. One thing I do not know, I cannot explain, especially him being a senior inspector and also coming from RDU. I do not know why this one happened, because I remember recruits are taught repeatedly, you know, a tear gas canister is a grenade. That is why when they throw it, they say grenade moja tupa. It functions like a grenade and it is deadly, it can kill. Just like many people don't know, even we were told when we were recruits that a blank bullet, there is a rubber bullet, there is blank bullet. Those are two different things. Rubber bullets, instead of the bullet being made through iron like any other bullet, rubber bullet, the bullet head is made of rubber. That one makes very little harm as compared when you compare to live bullet. But when it comes to blank bullet, it has no harm. But if you hold the muzzle of the gun when it's firing, your hand will get burnt. Now this inspector, his hands were burnt just like somebody holding the muzzle of a gun and then firing a blank bullet. But if a blank bullet burns a lot, then multiply that one with several hundreds, times several hundreds, to get what a tear gas canister can burn. The case was simple. There are 3 steps. First of all, you remove just like any other grenade, you remove the pin and hold it very tightly. I think he forgot to hold it tightly, and when he realized too late, he tried to push it with both hands. That is why both hands were burned. Maybe if he would have been slower than the slow, because he was slow. You are given 3 seconds from the time you release the tear gas to the time it blows. So those 3 seconds, instead of him throwing, he brought the other hand maybe to control it, and he got both his hands burned. In short, that is professional negligence. I would not even have expected that one from a recruit who is 2 months old in Kiganjo or 2 months old in Embakasi, especially coming from an inspector. Okay, hii kazi ya afande ni tofauti. Tunatoa orders. Yeah, inspector, you are careless even if you are sick. Yeah, you are careless even if you are sick. That thing is made in such a way, and I've seen several cases where people return. We have had even people claiming that you throw a grenade, not a tear gas. I told you tear gas is also a grenade, but I'm talking of the military grenade. Somebody says that usually I hear that one from paramilitary people and even military people saying, tulipigana sijui Mogadishu, wakaturudishia grenade tukairudisha. WWE, never try this at home. Grenade or tear gas canister, don't use your body part to return it if you have to return it. My best bet is, in case of both, try to be as far away as far away from where it is landing. But some people have even done that and thrown it back to send it to the return to the center. Actually, in the Kenyan press today, we have a picture of someone who returned it using hii vitu inaitwa nini, tennis or something, so it can and you see, if you use tennis in case of a tear gas, I'm not talking of a grenade, in case of a tear gas, you return it that way, it's safer. And many a times you'll see people returning tear gas with their shoes, they kick it like a ball. I think if you have to be very near to return it, kicking it is better than holding it. What happens is that once it falls down and it inatoa moshi mingi, kizungu inanishinda, and it is red hot, just like charcoal. Let me ask you a question. Can you hold a piece of charcoal the same size as that tear gas canister? Just even for a millisecond. That is, the temperature is usually like that. And I have to tell you, you see rifles that are used, at the end it is extended. That is a component that they add to the gun. If they want to use a gun without, just normally, they don't. But when they choose one of them to use a tear gas, then he appends that thing at the end of the thing. Now, I want to tell you this way, from physics. It lies in that circular hole. It lies in that circular hole, and it is hit by a bullet. So this bullet pushes it. If someone, especially an Onyango, if he took a tear gas canister and hit you with it on the head, you'll be very hurt, isn't it? But this is when it's been fired from the gun, so the speed is higher. It is not as quick as that of a bullet, but okay, it is faster than a stone thrown from a catapult from a fair. Now imagine the speed of fair or catapult, and this time it is not a stone, but it is a tear gas canister. And when it reaches you, it is red hot. Imagine a catapult throwing a tear gas canister, and that tear gas, you know, catapult, the stones are cold, but this one, the tear gas canister, is red hot. Now you know. That is why when there is a demonstration, the police officer, given the opportunity to use the tear gas, is usually instructed by inspector to shoot at either of the four places: behind the rioters, in front of the rioters, to the left of the rioters, to the right of the rioters. They do that, and the inspector determines that from the wind direction. From the wind direction. There is no need of throwing between the police officers and the rioters, and then the wind is coming towards the police. Lastly, my opinion on Generation Z demonstration. I think my opinion is the last time we had a demonstration like this one was during Sabasaba. I think in Kenya's history, this is the second time we are having a peaceful demonstration. Others are called peaceful in the word. This one, if you check, if you go to YouTube and go to and watch Thursday at noon, you'll find that the TV screen is split into four. The TV screen is split into four: Nairobi CBD, Nanyuki, there is Kisumu, and so on. Funny that Nanyuki has 4 times the population of people who are demonstrating in Kisumu. But you will see, if you go back to Citizen at noon on Thursday through your YouTube, you'll discover that Mombasa, Nanyuki, Nairobi CBD, all are peaceful people going. I'm told that the organizers were saying, don't carry stones. And if anybody is seen to try and even do whatever, they themselves, within themselves, restrain that person. When they see a thief, they arrest the thief and hand him over to the police. Martin Luther King and Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi, they must be smiling. But if you see the Kisumu, there is about 20, and you can see they are throwing stone. Check the Citizen Citizen TV, 12 noon on Thursday. I'm sure people are going, maandamano gani hii bila kurusa mawe. So that is how it is. Now, let me play the devil's advocate. People are saying, why are the police using excessive force on Generation Z who are very peaceful? Let me play the police nini. You know, I'm sure I've not talked to them, but you see, I can form an opinion. I'm sure if you meet the police officers, they are shocked. They just know any maandamano, there is looting of the shops, there is throwing of the stones, whatever. The only problem now in this Generation Z is that those people with the business in the CBD for the several, that is the only problem. But if maandamano would have been this way, I'm sure 2 lorries of police officers would have been there. I can tell you. And even shopkeepers. You're blaming the police and saying, kwa nini polisi wanaru. Even shopkeepers. If shopkeepers would have known that the maandamano would be the way the Generation Z is performing, they would have not closed their shops. And even these other people still go and. So I think, from me, I think Generation Z has taught us what the Constitution meant by peaceful picketing. Peaceful picketing. They have not. Did you hear any one of them saying that the government has infiltrated and have sent people, goons there? No. So those goons who used to maandamana and throw stones were sent by those politicians who went there. But you see, generally, they don't even know each other. They didn't even have an organizing. They did it through social media, but they made sure. What of the politicians who made that ever? And then things are looted, and then they say police are sent people to infiltrate the demonstrators. Thank you.